Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another video on the Bitter Footy YouTube channel. Now, last week I said I was gonna do a round review, but I got a bit of the tummy aches and I'm feeling better now, so we're gonna do it this week. We're not gonna do it. We're gonna do it this week. I promise you I'll get a round review out this week, like I said last week. But anyway, we got tips to do because the game is closing in. The Tigers v Hawks game is closing in, so we're gonna get the tips out. We're gonna do it in quick fashion, and we're gonna do it in watchable fashion. So let's do it now. The first game, Thursday night, tonight, is the Tigers versus the Hawks. A lot of people are saying, oh, the Hawks have a big chance because Dusty's out. I think not. I think it doesn't matter if Dusty isn't playing for Richmond. They've still got a good enough squad even without Dusty. That's literally what they would have thought about as well. It's like, alright, we need to have a good squad, so even if one of our star players is out, it won't matter because we have a bunch of other star players who can fulfill his role in a good enough job. I cannot speak English. Who can fulfill his role good enough, basically. So, yeah, I still think the Tigers will win. I think without Dusty though, I think they'll just win by 16 points the margin. So Richmond to beat the Hawks Thursday night footy. I'm lost. I just got up from a nap. I'm so sorry. Next we have the Dogs versus the Giants on Friday night. Kind of a big game because both teams lost last week, and it's especially big for the Bulldogs because they lost to the Saints. Maybe the Saints are a good team after all, so there we go. Dogs sitting last on the ladder, the Giants losing to the Roos. It's going to be a big game, but I still think the Giants want to get back after last week. It's not like they were too bad, it's just that North had the spirit to get over the line, and they did so. So I still think the Giants have all the firepower they need to beat the Dogs, and I don't think the Dogs are just I don't see them winning this game, and I just don't think they're doing anything right now at the start of the season. In saying that, I wouldn't be surprised if they did beat the Giants, but I just think they don't have the legs and they don't have the firepower that the Giants do, and the Giants will win this game by 23 points over the Bulldogs. At Marvel, by the way, so it's kind of big deal, mate. Next, we have North Melbourne. The undefeated North Melbourne versus Sydney. This kicks off the Saturday games. Who would have thought that North Melbourne would be undefeated? I know I didn't. So when they were undefeated, all of the North members in my family were just going off, and they were just up their own ass, and I was just like, you've only won 2 games, relax. Anyway, so they're playing Sydney, and I still think North Melbourne will get over the line against the Swans. I still think it will be a tight game as well. I don't think it will be blown out of the water. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Sydney won this game because they really did challenge Essendon last week, but I still think North Melbourne will win this game. I just think they have enough grit to beat the Swans this time, and if they do win this game, it will be a great start, so I think they'll want to win this game more than the Swans do. So on that fact, I'm going to go North Melbourne by a slim margin of 11 points at Marvel Stadium. Next, we have the Pies versus the Saints at the MCG. The Saints, again, I wouldn't be surprised if they won this game, but in saying that, Collingwood are bringing back Jaden Stevenson this week, and I think he was the missing link last week in the speed factor. And again, how good was Josh Dacos and Callum Brown, the dynamic duo in sorts of Collingwood? So as much as the Saints do have a chance, I still think Collingwood will win this game and will continue undefeated like North Melbourne, haha. But yeah, so Collingwood to win this game. I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think, so therefore I'm going to go the Pies by safe bet 9 points. I did that last week as well. I'm doing it again. I'm sorry. Geelong versus Carlton. Well, let's be real. Carlton had the chance to win it last week, absolutely blew it out the water. They really should have won that game, so for them to lose by the solid 1 point was devastating for them. But they're playing against the Cats at GMHBA Stadium. The Hawks came in thinking they were going to put on a good solid game, and then they got absolutely rattled by a rampaging, astonishing Cats forward line. The small forwards galore of the Cats just picking up the ball, eating it for lunch, and putting it through the middle. So therefore, I don't think the what am I doing? I don't think the Blues will be able to cope with the Cats' pressure, and I feel like the Cats' small forward line is starting to click this year, so therefore I'm going to go the Cats by 26 points over the Blues. The last Saturday game, we head to the Gabba. It's between the Lions and the Eagles. It's the Eagles' second game away in their little hub in Queensland. I do think they'll put on a bit of a challenge, but there's a player that's injured. I know someone that's out for the Eagles. It's a quite big out. And I think the Lions just have enough in the tank to beat the Eagles. I think after what the Eagles showed last week, sure, they want to get back. And I'm not going to tip the Lions by a big margin. I'm still going to tip the Lions, though, after what the Eagles just up last week against the Suns. So therefore, I'm going to go the Lions by 8 points over the Eagles. I'm sorry that I did that. Next we have the Suns versus the Crows. Who would have thought the Suns would just come out like they did last week and absolutely slaughter the West Coast Eagles? I didn't, but in that fact, and after what Adelaide just dished up last week, I think the Suns are absolutely going to blow the Crows out of the water. I thought this would be the first game that the Suns would win. But now it's probably going to be the second game that the Suns will win. I mean, Matt Rowell, he just brushes off people like they're non-existent, like they're bloody ghost tackling him. And I don't see the Crows getting up. Even like this year in a practice game, the Suns beat the Crows. I don't see the Crows getting up. I just feel like they're missing the firepower that they used to have. And now all of a sudden it's just disappeared into the abyss. And I think the Suns want to get off to a good start. They normally do get off to a good start, the Suns, every season. So it'll be interesting to see if they can hold that good start and continue it on throughout the season. But this one, I'm going to go the Suns by 13 points over the Crows. Next, we're doing the Dons versus the D's. And on Sunday, I will be doing a watch-along live stream. I cannot show the game. Do not even think about asking, can you show the game? It is not legal to show the game on YouTube. I'm frustrated because I was watching KDOS38's stream between the D's and the Blues, and there were so many comments saying put on the game, put on the game, put on the game. Like this comment for him to put on the game. He can't put on the game. It's for legal reasons. You cannot put on the game or else the stream will just stop because the AFL will see that you're showing the game illegally, and then the stream will just cut off. It will just stop. The AFL will literally just stop the stream. It's happened to me before. Do not try do that. It's dumb. You're not allowed to do it. So don't think you can. Anyway, I think Essendon are going to win this game by 15 points. So yeah, stay undefeated, Essendon. Who would have thought that? Fremantle versus Port Adelaide. Last game of the week. Big game. Fremantle, they've come close once. They've come close twice, but unfortunately the coming close, I don't think it's going to happen this week. I think Port Adelaide are just showing that they're really good. And again, I'm saying, Robbie Gray, Brad Ebert, they are two people who are connected on the same level now all of a sudden, and their forward line is connected as one the power. So I think they will beat the Dockers by a solid 22 points at Metricon Stadium. So this is one of the first games that the Dockers will host at Metricon Stadium, or an away team or a Perth team or a South Australian team will host at Metricon Stadium. It's quite weird. Yeah, it will be. So there you go. That's my tips for this week. If we run through them again, it is the Tigers over the Hawks, it's the Giants over the Dogs, it's the Roos over the Swans, the Pies over the Saints, the Cats over the Blues, the Lions over the Eagles, the Suns over the Crows, the Dons over the D's, and the Power over the Dockers. That's who they're called. Anyway guys, cheers for watching, and I'll